guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at some Let's Play episode of Soulcreek, The Whispers of Carmine. So we're going to go ahead and jump back into the short story, y'all. Actually, I don't know if it's a short story, but we shall see. Anyway, alarm saying you were up, and let's go! Alright. Excuse me. She flinched. We're always a good kid, you know. Oh, it's Tahki. She flinched. We're always a good kid, you know. Bored. Took to fighting a lot. I was good at it. Too good. Broke some bones. Split some teeth, you know. Dravonia saved my ass. Figured I just needed a good target. Well, I shrugged. This may not be one of those expeditions. Running with the Black Runner is dull work. I figured we'd be doing some sniffing about for scrap. Never expected Carmine to be on the menu. It might be nothing. Just a hunch Alira has, but the Oxtails don't like outsiders. They turn aggressive your priorities to keep Loken safe, understood? She was taken aback by my abrupt, stern tone. People often were when they saw how shamelessly protective I was of my acolyte. Aye, aye, I'll keep him sound. Promise. I knew him before you did, a bit. That perked my brow up. You knew Loken? Well? Huh, everyone did. Little shit should have been exiled for behaving like a fucking animal. I suppressed a growl. He was afraid. He still is. Going back to the Draconi terrified him. Oh, yeah, I could see that. The little guy used to run soon as he got caught doing something bad. One time he savaged some little girl's neck when they were playing tag. Just didn't realize it was only a game. The guy used to bite anyone who got too close. I know. He was afraid. Yeah, and Goyen was a real bitch to him. No idea how Dravonia managed to really shit in so much. She opened her mouth to say something else but hesitated. What? You don't know when I told you this. Secrecy is my trade. She clears her throat. You know the caretakers? They're the ones that look after your youngins, she shrugged. Well, there was this one of them. Forgot the name. Loken was under her care. Thing is, there was rumors, like strong rumors, that she was mistreating him since he were a babe. Like, really mistreating him. No one gave a fuck, though, because Loken was a real prick and she were all smiles. Other kids all loved her. I felt my gaze burn behind my eyes. This wasn't the first time I've heard this rumor. Tahki winces. Thing is, well, Dravonia heard the rumors, too. Goyen didn't want to interfere in, but she ignored the order. How do you know this? Oh, Dravonia and I were already tight by then. After Loken almost ripped that girl's throat out, Dravonia spent like a day with him, just chilling with him, you know? Trying to figure him out. Then next day, she went and spoke to his caretaker. Spent like 2 hours in there. No idea what they talked about. Tahki shivered. Dravonia came out, had this weird look on her face. I asked about it, but she was all chill. No problem, she said. Never mentioned it again, but 3 days later, the caretaker's dead. Like, dead as shit. Real slow death, too. Goyen blamed Ashlanders, but... I frowned, intrigued. A slow death seems like Caius' signature. Did Dravonia get him to intervene? Tahki laughed. Caius? Fuck nah. That's the thing, see? I saw the body. When someone winds up dead like that, folks always assume Caius did it. Dravonia and Lyra are the good girls, and he's the fucking animal who rips people apart. Damn. Yeah, don't do terrible things to kids. She shook her head. They don't know Dravonia like I do. Her brother's scary, sure, but she turns my fucking blood cold. I wasn't sure what to make of that. The tiger triplets were well known in Halela. Caius certainly had a reputation for his savagery. Lyra is regarded well for her free spirit and her anarchic mischief, but no one had an opinion of Dravonia. She was just there. Tahki continued. After that, Loken hardly left Dravonia's side. Them two were tight. When he ran off, she was the only one that could get him back. She knew him. Folks thought she was the only one he ever spoke to. Her and maybe Aeon. I was under the impression Loken didn't meet Aeon until he was older. Aye, those two bonded quick. Aeon's a good mole. Fucking good mole. Truth be told, so is Loken. Poor pup just got a rough hand. Aeon saw that straight away. I smiled, nodding. I had to agree. Loken's de facto guardian was the smartest person I'd ever met, and the kindest. He'd helped me more times than I could count. I looked back at the fire. Those burning coals left me dazed amid the darkness. I was thinking. Was he imaginative? Who? Tahki stared, baffled. Loken, did he have any, imaginary friends? The question seemed to perplex Tahki. No, nothing like that. Not that I knew. You'd have to ask Aeon or Dravonia. There was a pause. Why'd you ask? Seems kinda out there. After hesitation, I hum uncertainly. I'm still getting to grips with his signs. Mostly he just listens. I send him into the Black Zone by himself every so often just to fetch small trinkets. That young? It's vital. Vigor is attuned and sharpened through proximity to the black zones. After a time, it allows us to tread the ocean like we're offshore, like we're ashore. Ocean? What do you mean, Lake Crike? I laughed. Don't worry, it's a black runner expression. Anyway, sometimes when Loken returns from those trips, I think he's trying to tell me that he's made a friend out there. Tahki laughed. In the black zone? Yes, someone his age. No one I ever saw proof of. I might be misinterpreting him. As far as I know, Loken is the only acolyte in Alayla right now. Huh, that's fucking wild. Some random kid in the black zone? I thought they just ate you up. Possibly. I stare back at the flames, deep in thought. But I believe there's a depth to the four I'll never fully grasp. I woke suddenly that night. A dull, familiar ache buzzed in my abdomen. I snarled, rolling onto my side. The fire was still burning beside it. The fire was still burning. Beside it, Loken was sleeping deeply. Tahki was too, sprawled flat on her back. I know I wouldn't sleep for some time now. This was routine. I got up, wrapping my cloak around me, and left the campsite to clear my head. The pains were coming more frequently now. At first, it had been every season, then every cluster of days. Now, every other night. I could no longer ignore it. I'd never shared the secret with anyone, not even Loken. I gritted my teeth, settling down against a nearby tree and gazing up at the blackened sky. I was still close enough to the fire to bathe in its dim light. With a lazy sense of defeat, I unfolded my cloak and gazed down at my belly, parting the thick white fur with one hand to find the source of the benign ache. A scar, longer than my thumb, dimmer than smudged ink, hidden well below my fur. It had never been seen by anyone. It never would be. I gritted my teeth, staring at the visibly harmless old wound. A thorn, haunting blackness crawled into my thoughts. The same dark brooding I felt every time I looked at the scar. It was a memory. It grew darker every season, spreading like claws into my head, my spirit. That day in Bleakstone. I threw my cloak back around me, grunting irritably. I refused to acknowledge it that night. I stayed awake for another hour until I was ready to sleep again. A blizzard struck that night. We weathered the storm in our shelters. By morning, it faded enough to travel. Beneath a mottled gray sky, like a sea of silver, we set out. The village was deep inside a broad forest, far from the paths of the traders and messengers. Only the desperately lost had any hope of stumbling across it. We began noticing clusters of flowers poking above the snow. All were red, audacious, vibrant, and proud. Each wore a smile of blood that arrogantly blotted out the pale snow. What remained of daylight had been mercilessly strangled by the canopy above by the time we arrived. Through thick trees and dense shrubbery, Carmine loomed into view. It was deeply claustrophobic. Thick, rickety huts had been built at illogical angles, the endeavor seemingly to save what little space was available. Flames atop chest-height poles impaled in the ground marked the paths between doorways. Sparse patches of ground uncovered by snow were utterly outshined by the red petals, thicker here than could be justified by words. I couldn't identify the exact species. I'd never seen them before. Tahki marched silently behind me. Loken clung to my arm. Soon he shook it nervously and pointed forwards. The Oxtail Clan had emerged from their huts to meet us. I counted 12, doubtless of many more staying out of sight. Each stalked closer under a shroud of dim light, hooded and baring teeth. I admit, even I felt uneasy. The closest was a squirrel. She hissed at us. Out! No strangers! I nudged Loken behind me. Tahki, true to her duty, tugged the boy to her side and let me do the talking. It's all right. My name is Aya. I'm a black runner. No! Another member of the clan joined the squirrel. No one! Away! We'll be gone within the hour. I wasn't sure if that was the truth or not yet. It has been informed in this area. I'm here to help. There was no reply. They stood, still as frozen statues, caught in indecision. May I speak to your chieftain? Quite suddenly, the squirrel drew a short blade from a hidden sheath, cutting the air with a loud scrape. I stepped back, holding my arms up. Behind me, Tahki shoved Loken further back and snarled. Easy there, nutsucker. We ain't here for a fight. Tahki's lack of subtlety didn't serve us well. The remaining Oxtail tribeswomen drew similar crude weapons. Every single one of them was armed. I peered closer at them, yearning to discern the vacant, sour glares that never once blinked nor looked away. The only indication that they were at all living was the intermittent puffs of cold fog blowing from their mouths. There was no sickness to them, that I could tell, and yet it was somehow It was somehow doubtless. These people were unwell. Peace, friends. Peace, friends. The voice, quiet and frail, cut through the scene like serrated shrapnel. The clan jolted, backed away, and softened as though pulled on a puppet strings. My frowning eyes turned to the direction of the new speaker. Sheathe your weapons and your fear. This is a friend. Zana the Wise was old, very old. She hobbled with some indiscernible dignity that was unnerving to behold. A head shorter than me, the gray-furred lynx drew closer with a walking stick of twisted pine, a thick cloak of black fur, and a bold number of bone trinkets hanging from her neck, wrists, and arms. She smiled through a net of yellowing teeth, her sharp orange eyes lazily pulling my attention. She settled in front of myself, Tahki and Loken before bowing her head. Welcome. She almost seemed to weep in gratitude. You are so welcome. Don't fucking feel like it, Tahki hissed. We are the Oxtail Clan and wary of outsiders, and I beg your sympathy and forgiveness for my people's caution. I played along. Zana, if I'm right. My name is Aya. I'm here. The Slayer. Yes, I know you. Tahki frowned at me. Loken flinched at the name. I, quite used to the disgusting title, just smiled politely. That was a long time ago. Have I offended? Zana shook her head shamefully. Of course not. All Blackrunners have titles. It's tradition. Aye, judged by your deeds. Zana bowed again. Honored Blackrunner, what brings you to the Oxtail Clan? We've no lodgings for the night. We'll be gone well before then. I just want to talk to you. Zana seemed surprised. Truly? We've nothing here. All the same, if you have the time. Zana glanced behind me, wary of my company. I turned to Tahki. Will you take Loken? Wait outside the village. I won't be long. Loken growled loudly. Easy, pup. I smiled at him. I'll be okay. He wasn't buying it. Tahki tugged me out of Zana's earshot. Her voice dropped to a hissed whisper. Fucking ain't right, this. You seeing these pale fuckers? No way you're gonna trot in there alone. Your duty is to the pup, not me. This is Blackrunner business. Alright, fuck off. Can't be. I said no. I'll speak with Zana, alone. Take Loken. Watch him. She didn't answer. She looked back at Loken, then at me again. Please, Tahki. Fucking fine. She didn't like it. I didn't either. I wasn't blind to the sense of danger, but I was a Blackrunner. I'd owned that sense for a lifetime. It made even the best of us complacent. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!